I'm preparing for step one, and this is my strategy. USMLE Step 1 is an exam that you have to take if you plan to work in the US. Even if you don't plan to work in the US, some medical schools have it as a mandatory exam. So the exam is 7 hours long, 280 multiple choice questions, and you get around a hour break. Sometimes I wonder if I really can do this. Seems like a lot, right? But if others did it and they passed, then you can do it as well. It's highly possible. So I'm studying based on system, for example, cardiovascular, and also by course, for example, biochemistry, based on how they have it in the first aid USMLE, in the first aid step one book, basically. So if you look at my schedule, when you're making your schedule, with the amount of time that you want to take to study for each course or each system, make it as realistic as possible with the time that you think you can actually get the work done. And someone said to me that, okay, I told them some difficulties I was having while preparing. They said that I didn't factor in my weaknesses. Basically, that's what the person said, because I can procrastinate sometimes. But they said that I didn't factor that in, which got me thinking, but we should work against procrastination or whatever. So basically, my schedule is based on per month. So if you look at the schedule, the first 3 days for hematology and oncology is to study using first aid. If you don't have the physical copy, you can use the online copy, Words and Beyond, chef's kiss, and also making my own Anki flashcards, because I feel like when I type or I write, it helps me personally to remember, because I can remember, okay, I wrote this down, I typed this at the back of my head, it's there. And then the last 2 days is to do questions using Medical Spira, which is free for the basic part of it, which is good enough, and also UWorld. If you look at the schedule, there are days scheduling for break, but if you feel like you don't have to take a break based on how your schedule is, then you don't have to check it. There are days for active recall. So after I do hematology and oncology, studying and questions, a few days later, I will do active recall, which is going over my Anki flashcards, which helps you to think and try and remember, and also doing more questions. Active recall is important. It helps you to solidify what you've learned, because if you just read through your notes, well, personally for me, that won't be as effective. So if you're preparing for step one, what is your winning strategy? If you've done step one already, what was your winning strategy? And stay tuned for part two, where I'll be talking about difficulties I'm facing while preparing for step one.